What's happening, everybody? It's Sean with Reactions to the Classics, and today we're going to react to John Farnham and his cover of Help with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. We're going to be watching the video of this one, brought to us by a friend, longtime supporter and patron channel, Jim. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate everything you bring. Appreciate all the patrons. They make this thing go. If you'd like to support us in any way, check out the Patreon link below, the Patreon link on the end screen. Now, Jim gave me some background on John Farnham, so I'm just going to read that because I've never heard of him. And he says some background. I'm doing this from memory, so facts may be inaccurate, but the gist won't be. So don't flame on this that it's not correct, right? It's close enough. John Farnham is one of the best voices to come out of Australia that the world has mostly never heard of. He was British born, but moved to Australia when quite young. We call him affectionately The Voice, based on his signature song, You're the Voice, but mainly his phenomenal vocal abilities. He has had Australian #1 albums in 5 consecutive decades, from the 60s to the 2000s. He was king of the pops in Australia 3 years running in the 60s and 70s. He has sung with some huge artists like Tom Jones, Celine Dion, Coldplay, Jimmy Barnes, and Queen. He was apparently approached by Queen to become their singer after Freddie's passing, however, declined based on being a family man who didn't like to tour overseas. He's a replacement lead singer for Little River Band after Glenn Sharrock left for a couple years. He is much loved in Australia. The song I've chosen is his take on the Beatles' classic Help, live with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. It's 80s overload, but I love it, and his voice is amazing. His arrangement is very different from the original, so it'll be interesting as Beatles fans what you think. I wasn't purposely wearing the Beatles shirt, I promise you, but it does look good for coordination. And if you may have heard it before, I have never heard this one. So we're going to watch the video. If it happens to get blocked, the video, I'll just put a cover over it, and I'll put a link to the original video down below, but you'll still be able to hear it. Thanks again, Jim.
Here's an oldie but a goodie. When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never Thank you. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down, and I do appreciate you being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me. Now my life has changed in oh so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the head, but every now and then I feel so careful. Thank you.
Okay, Help, John Farnham. First of all, kudos to Jim for being brave enough to bring a Beatles cover to this guy because it's well known around these parts over the years. I've had a lot of Beatles covers brought either during our live streams we do on Mondays and Wednesdays, or some reactions to some different things, some albums of covers. And I'm known to not be too kind to it because I really, really am not on board with covering the Beatles because usually it's just not, some stuff you should just leave alone. This, however, is the great exception to the rule. That was absolutely fantastic. John made it his own with his own arrangement. Like, if you didn't know the lyrics to that song, you wouldn't even know that was a Beatles song. Not in a bad way. His voice is unbelievable, to state the blatantly obvious. I loved how the crowd was in it. I loved his demeanor, right? Just the way he was. I just thought that was fantastic. The arrangement was great. The musicianship was great, as you would expect, with that kind of powerhouse instrumentalist on stage with him. But it was just so good, man. It was so freaking good. I loved every part of it. You might as well say this because I'll probably never say that about a Beatles cover again, but John did prove to me, thanks to Jim, that it can be done. So that was great. Let me know what else I should check out from John Farnham, a guy I'd never heard of, in the comments. But let me know what you think of this. You can suggest other Beatles covers if you want. Do that at your own risk, right? Until next time, guys, I will see you.